Okay, we're going to go through some pad holding technique. So what you'll find in all of our boxing sessions, you're going to be working in a pair with someone. They're going to be punching for some of the session. You're going to be holding pads for while they're punching. You are essentially in control of their workout. So the better you hold pads, the more resistance you give, the better the workout they're going to have. Obviously, you've got to also think about your own safety as well and make sure you're protected. So we're going to set you up in the basic pad holding stance. So again, you're going to be square on. You're going to bring your elbows up just below shoulder height. And really the most important thing with the straight punches is to have the pads up around my eye height. So you're matching the height of your opponent. If I was down here, Azza would probably just drop down a little bit. And if I'm a big tall guy, which I'm not, he'd be up. Again, just finding that central line just through the eyes. So what he's also doing is keeping his pads nice and close together. Therefore, he's able to keep his elbows in, and he's got himself set up with a nice big angle on the elbow joint so he can recoil and push, recoil and push. That means he can absorb the power of my punch. What you don't want him to be doing is, just come out to a straight arms for me. Straight arms with your wrists back. There's nowhere for that shock to go. It's just going to go straight through my arm, straight line all the way down through his elbow, through his wrist, into his shoulder, and going to put a lot of stress through the joints. So he's got that 90-degree bend, and his arms just act like kind of pistons, and he's just coming down, slapping down, slap, slap, and he's got that little flick through the wrists as he catches each punch. He keeps it nice and high the whole time, eye height, and you see how he's also transferring his weight. So we're just going to be doing like a little dance essentially. As I throw my punches, he comes and catches them. Good, and then just the other key point to watch out for is you don't want to be splayed out nice and wide. So if he's holding his pads out here, if I come through and punch that pad, he's got a nice long lever, so all that force is going to just act and tear his shoulder out back. So he's going to put a lot of strain, potentially cause some damage to the rotator cuff muscles. So that's why he's got to be in that line so that he can absorb the punch without putting any strain through his shoulders. So let's just go through a few. He's setting up, elbows in. And what we're going to do is start with the left, coming up into the pads, and he comes down and catch. Okay, resting there. All right, good. So also Az is essentially in control of my speed. So if Az wants me to speed up, if he really wants to grill me in the session, he can drive that speed. So let's start off slowly. See how I'm just following him?
I'll tell you when to pick it up. Okay, let's go, notch it up. Let's go.
Woo. So the main points is A, stance. He's got to be mirroring his opponent. He's got to have the pads up, eye height, elbows in, not splayed out to the sides and not with straight arms. So he's got some absorption ability through his elbow joint, and he's got this little flick of the wrist to catch the punch. Catch, 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 catch. You want that sound as well. You want to hear that really good sound of leather on leather. If you're not hearing that sort of sound, it's not working, yeah? You're not giving enough resistance to your partner. They're not getting a good, effective workout. So that's what we'll be looking for in the pad holding.